Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back today with another 3 trades. I sold the pound, and of course, as you can see in the meter, the pound is still weak. Probably it can still keep going down, but I was very happy with the totals. And today's date is August the 4th. So let's run a check on this first one. On the pound Aussie right here, let's just drag and drop it up, see where I got in at. I get up usually right around this time at 6 a.m. in the morning, and I know exactly how the market flows, and that's the best time to trade, at least for me. Now I took all 3 trades right at 6:30 this morning. I got in at this cursor. It's a perfect example of a great way to trade. I teach how to trade this way. Easiest and the fastest way to learn how to trade and find a lot of success. And I close it out here for no particular reason other than, well, I saw this blue candle going back up. I was actually having breakfast, and by the time I came here, I saw this blue candle. I was looking at the totals. I was very happy with it. So while I was having breakfast, I was making money. Got in at this cursor, and I closed the trade with 25 pips. And 25 pips on the pound Aussie paid $2,352. As you can see in the meter, it's only at 3%, so if it remains like this, then it will continue to go down and it'll hit the ADR, which is right here. It'll turn a thick red color. I just want to let you know that I did make an error. I actually had the charts loaded like this in real time. And on the next pair, which is right here, the pound Swiss, this is the one I did the error on. It was the first trade I put in on this pound Swiss. The first one I did. Doesn't make any difference. Let's see. The time, 28 minutes after, so it'd be this one. I sold the pound Swiss. Let's drag and drop this up. Now the error that I made was when I took the trade, and then I knew I was going to take the pound Aussie, but I forgot to click over here. And then when I put in the order, I doubled up on the pound Swiss here. Now I wasn't worried about it because I can do, I can do more than 2 trades at the same time. And I knew that, so instead of running around looking for a third pair, which I could have easily done, like the pound dollar here. And just as an example on this pound dollar, I'm just showing you, same thing here. I could have easily sold this for on the way down for over 40 pips. But as I said, I accidentally clicked on, where was I now? Pound, let's see, pound Swiss. And, okay, but as I said, my mistake was instead of clicking here and then putting in the order, where it says new order here, I had it highlighted here, and I just did it quickly without paying attention. So I ended up doing it twice. What did I say on this one I got? I didn't say. On the pound Swiss, I took the trade at this cursor here, and I closed the trade out, looks like with 30 pips. And 30 pips on this first order, pound Swiss paid $4,231. So as I said, I took the trade. I did this one at 28 minutes after 6, and I did this one like about a minute and a half later, this one right here, by mistake, but it was a pretty good mistake because it turned out fantastic. Let's just drag and drop it up. Actually, I got in at a little bit better price right here because it went up a bit. Let's open it up so you can see. Now looking at the meter, and once it goes this low, I knew it was gonna continue to go down, and I teach how you can stay in the trade for more pips. But anyhow, I was very happy with the pip total. Took the trade at this cursor here, and I closed out the trade, it looks like, with 31 pips. And 31 pips paid $4,465. Love trading these pound pairs because they give a lot of pips. As long as you know which pairs to trade, what time to trade, how to trade, everything is very critical. And I just want to tell you, as far as the system goes, that's why I built lots of them. It's not because I think one system is 100% better than the other one. They're all very, very, very similar. It's not the system, it's the training and education that you need, because what you have to learn is how to trade the markets. So let's see how many pips there were. Now, if you've been adding up the pips, that's 86 pips. And down at the bottom, that paid $11,049. If I can get 50 pips, I'm very happy with that. And 86 pips, obviously, I'm very happy. So, if your system is not producing like my master trigger, and keep in mind, as far as I'm concerned, all the trigger systems are fantastic, but don't get too hung up on the system. What you need is a lot of training, because the markets are very difficult to trade, and the education, which is what I give, will help you to get over it. Like get over the, the threshold of finding success. So if your system is not producing, like the master trigger, sometimes I get those two mixed up, and they're both very, very good systems. As I said, is just within the training videos. I suggest you get your hands on it if you're still struggling, and to do so, all you have to do is look right below this video, and you'll see the master trigger system. Now, if your system is not producing, this is why I really recommend that you should get it, and I'll go over the main reasons. I do charge $250 for it. My master trigger has about 3.5 gigabytes of training, and you'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. Now, it comes with 4 MT4 templates, 8 custom indicators, and my favorite meter. Would not trade without it. It points me in the direction of the pairs to be trading, but you got to know how to use it, because it's not always perfect. But if you know how to use it, it becomes perfect. Now, there's a lot of PDF books and a lot of Word documents, and this is what you need. Remember what I said? You need training and education. That is why I give you a lot here. Most people you buy from, they will give you just 2% of what I'm giving, like 1 or 2 books and 1 or 2 videos, and you're going to spend, if not more money than what I'm charging. And this is why you're struggling, is because they don't give you enough education. Now, there's a lot of ways to trade here. So I do teach a lot of ways to trade. That's why there's 40 videos and 9 bonus videos. Now, this is important, what I'm going to try to explain to you. Every trader, new trader who ends up failing, this is what they don't learn. They don't understand this concept, and that was including me. I went through 700 systems, and due to the fact that I bought a lot of education and a lot of systems, it wasn't the systems, because now, like more than, I think it's about 7 years ago, about 7 or 8 years ago, I can go back to every one of those systems and actually make them work. So if you've got a system, it works, it's just that you don't know how to make it work. And so that's why you got to have a lot of education. This is why I give a lot of education. Now, the difference between this master trigger and all my other trigger systems is this right here, advanced trading tips, and I also that's in each and every video. I give a lot of tips. I also teach how to stay in the trade for more pips. In other words, I knew right here I didn't have to close. I knew that it was going to give me more pips because my system is not telling me to close the trade, but like I'm happy with it. So my way of closing the trade is when I'm happy. I don't necessarily wait until I get the signals down here to close the trade. So I also, this is another one that is very critical. How to trade at the right hand edge. I've done 2 videos right at the right edge showing you exactly how to trade. Nobody does that. I bought 700 systems. I have now on my computer 1,200 systems. But nobody teaches you that. Nobody. And this is what you need. And of course, the other thing that you really need, which will help you, how to trade higher time frames. Now I use the multi-time frame AO, and I take a quick look at a couple of higher time frames. So this puts the odds in my favor more than 90%. And if you knew that 9 out of 10 trades were going to be a winner, and you knew that one was going to be a loser, all you gotta do is manage the loser. Keep it within 10 or 20 pips. And you are on your way to making a lot of pips. And eventually, if your account is big enough, you'll make a lot of money. So these are the 4 different things that separates this system from all my other trigger systems. Now, I might have skimmed across a little bit, but I go into much more detail on all of them. So there's 2 videos in each one. 2 for this one, 2 for this, 2 for this, and 2 for this. And as I said, that is what you need. So my number 1 way to trade is a great way to trade. And this is it right here. Great way to trade. I know it's going to work. Now it's better to take the well, that's an advanced tip. So you have, if you want to know what I was about to say, get the system, and then you'll know what I was about to say. So anyhow, as I said, I already talked about advanced trading tips. I show in 2 videos great trade setups, many of them, dozens and dozens. I also teach how to backtest the magic trigger, which I do up to 8 hours every weekend. I still do it. I'm always doing it. So gone are the days when I'm doing a lot of homework, because I don't have to do any more homework. I've already got more than 50,000 hours in a chart time and doing homework. So now I'm just back testing, which right at the right hand edge right here, as I'm clicking on the F12 button, and I'm slowly going and saying, okay, this, okay, that, okay, this is perfect timing, and get in. So that in real time, I see it, I take the trade, which is what you gotta learn how to do. Let's see, I teach how to scalp the market, how to scan the market. I've already said how to stay in the trade for more pips, how to trade I teach how to trade all 3 sessions here, including this London close. As I mentioned, teach how to trade the right hand edge. Nobody has ever done that. And I got 550 gigabytes of systems and education videos and PDF books on my computer. That's 550 gigabytes. So I've already paid my dues, put in the time, bought a lot of education. And just to let you know, I never met a successful trader. He figured it out like less than 5 years and spent less than $10,000. It is doable, and I can show you how to do it much, much faster, and you don't have to spend $10,000. So those 2 things I just told you, how to do it and how to do it much faster without spending more than $10,000. So that's why I'm telling you, This has extreme high value. And don't worry about trying to, you know, it's not what I can do. Like, I can be pumping out a lot of pips and money daily. And you can get this. And if you don't do the homework and figure it out what I'm trying to teach here, you will fail. It's not like 100%, let's say 10 people buy my trigger system, 10 people will not master it. And the reason is because they don't want to do the homework and they don't really want to learn. They don't put in the time. You need chart time. You got to do the homework. You cannot become a doctor or a lawyer. You know, you can go to university, but if you don't want to do the homework, guess who's going to fail? So you can buy this, but if you don't do the homework and follow what I'm telling you to do, you will fail. It's as simple as that. And I've learned a long time ago, me personally, as I'm talking to traders, and of course, more than 12 years ago, my mentor said 85% of the traders are basically lazy and they don't want to do the homework. So, and now I'm here all these years later and I'm confirming it. You know, I get people who buy stuff and they don't do the homework. They just see, I see a nice blue candle here, I'm going to buy. And, you know, all of a sudden they're down. So that's the way life goes. And by the way, I could have called this one right here, how to trade at the right hand edge. I could have called it how to get perfect entries. Because look at, if you took the trade here, this is perfect. This one right here is not far from perfect, because the most it went, let's see, it did go up first, then it came back down. That's the way the candles flow. Goes up first, then it came back down and it closed right here. So let's see. It went against me a grand total of 2 pips. I would call this, or this one here is the most perfect. Get in, bang. Does not go against you. This one is almost perfect because it went 2 pips against me. So I could have easily called, you know, this one right here, how to get perfect timing for your entries. But, you know, this was pretty good because I'm showing right at the right edge here how to trade. So let's move along here. Where was I? Teach how to trade pullbacks. Now remember, this is not a very good example, but I'd like to see a pullback higher up. But the meter was screaming to sell. So I knew that it was not going to go back up. So I just sold it. And then also, let's see where I was, how to trade reversals. Now, of course, if it comes back up and hits the goal line, that's a pullback. Breaks through and keeps going up. That's a reversal. Also teach how to trade the goal line. As you can see, there's always a lot of action around the goal line. Perfect entry would have been right in this general area, but I was sleeping. And also teach how to trade the news and how to trade with a day job. So if you have any questions, I can go over it in more detail. All you got to do is pick up the phone and call me. Or shoot me an email if you live too far. Remember, there's an underscore right here, Forex underscore. Now, I do prefer Skype. Just click on this link. We'll have contact. And through Skype screen sharing, I'll give you a free session, which will probably last about 45 minutes, depending on how many questions you have for me. Now, over many years, I've been building trigger systems. Remember, it's not the system. The system's only worth 10%. You have to get the psychological part in order. That is the #1 killer. You got to get trade management. That's 20%. Money management is 20%. Psychological is 50%. And the system's only 10%. But when you buy a system, make sure you get a lot of education. If you don't get a lot of education, don't buy it. You're just wasting your money. There is no system in the world that gives you a buy or sell signal and it works 100% of the time. You as a trader, you have to apply your knowledge and take the trade as to what you see. Trade what you see. Don't trade what other traders are telling you. You know, like, just trade what you see, which is what I do. When I see it, I trade it. So that just about wraps up this video. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trade, good luck with your trading, and remember, keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.